In a world shaped by trade politics and shifting alliances, North America is undergoing a dramatic transformation. Recent developments, including U.S. President Donald Trump's proposed 25% tariff on Mexican imports, highlight the growing tensions and challenges facing the region. These tariffs, set to take effect on February 1, 2025, are part of Trump's broader strategy to combat illegal immigration, drug trafficking, and the economic challenges posed by globalization. While these measures are controversial, they represent just one piece of a larger puzzle that involves Mexico's growing partnership with China, a relationship that is reshaping the economic and political landscape of North America. This partnership is more than a regional development. It signals a major shift in global power dynamics and underscores Mexico's emerging role as a key player in the global economy. Let's delve into these evolving dynamics and explore 8 critical reasons why this shift is shaking up the global order. For decades, Mexico's economy has been tightly intertwined with that of the United States, driven by trade agreements like NAFTA and the USMCA. This economic dependence fostered mutual growth but also left Mexico vulnerable to U.S. policies and economic fluctuations. Now, Mexico is actively taking steps to reduce its reliance on the U.S. and diversify its trade relationships, with China emerging as a key partner. Between 2018 and 2023, China invested $2.3 billion in various Mexican industries, including automotive manufacturing, renewable energy, and infrastructure. These investments are helping Mexico expand its global influence, strengthen its domestic industries, and position itself as a more independent player on the world stage. China's investments in Mexico are not arbitrary. They are strategic moves designed to align with its broader global ambitions. In 2023, China invested $2.72 billion in Mexico's automotive sector, demonstrating its commitment to high-impact industries with long-term growth potential. These investments go beyond factory construction to include research and development centers, advanced supply chains, and workforce training programs, crucial components for building sustainable and competitive industries. China is particularly focused on sectors such as electric vehicles, EVs, and renewable energy, positioning itself to lead in industries that will define the global transition to a greener and more technologically advanced future. The global shift toward electric vehicles is transforming the automotive industry, and Mexico is at the forefront of this change. Leading Chinese automakers like BYD and SAIC have established manufacturing plants in Mexico to produce EVs for the North American market. Mexico's proximity to the U.S., skilled workforce, and favorable trade agreements make it an ideal location for EV production. By manufacturing locally, Chinese companies can bypass tariffs, reduce shipping costs, and make their vehicles more competitive in the U.S. market. For Mexico, this partnership presents an opportunity to attract foreign investment, create jobs, and solidify its position as a leader in EV manufacturing. Lithium, often referred to as white gold, is crucial for EV batteries and renewable energy technologies. Mexico's vast lithium reserves have made it a focal point in the global competition for resources. China, eager to secure access to these critical minerals, has been actively investing in Mexico's energy sector. In 2023, Chinese energy giant Zhejiang signed a 20-year deal with Mexico Pacific for LNG, signaling China's strategic interest in securing access to Mexico's resources. By gaining control over Mexico's lithium supply chains, China is positioning itself as a dominant player in the global energy transition. Meanwhile, this development presents a challenge to the U.S., which is also vying for access to these resources. If China maintains dominance over Mexico's lithium, the U.S. risks falling behind in the global race for EV leadership. China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, a vast infrastructure development project aimed at connecting the world through trade and investment, has now reached North America, with Mexico as a key player. Investments in ports, railroads, highways, and logistics networks are modernizing Mexico's infrastructure, transforming the country into a pivotal hub in global trade. By integrating Mexico into its BRI framework, China is not only strengthening its influence in the region, but also reducing the U.S.'s traditional dominance in North American trade networks. While China has adopted a proactive and strategic approach to its relationship with Mexico, U.S. policy has been marked by trade wars, tariffs, and inconsistent agreements, which have strained Mexico's trust in its northern neighbor. Historically, the U.S. was seen as a reliable economic partner, offering stability and growth opportunities. However, recent missteps have created opportunities for China to gain a foothold. If the U.S. fails to rebuild trust and adapt its strategy, it risks losing Mexico as a key ally and economic partner. Mexico's geographic location gives it a strategic advantage in global commerce, connecting North and South America and serving as a gateway to the U.S. market. By partnering with China, Mexico is leveraging this location to position itself as a leader in global trade. As the world's economic landscape continues to shift, Mexico's evolving role as a trade hub could have profound implications for both regional and global commerce. Mexico's growing ties with China are part of a broader shift in global power dynamics. By deepening its economic and political relationship with China, Mexico is enhancing its standing on the world stage. This transformation is not just about trade. It is about the reshaping of global alliances, as emerging economies like Mexico and China challenge the traditional dominance of established powers like the U.S. In conclusion, the growing partnership between Mexico and China is reshaping North America's economic and political landscape. With China's strategic investments in key sectors, Mexico is poised to emerge as a more independent and influential player on the global stage, while the U.S. faces challenges in maintaining its influence in the region. As this shift unfolds, it will have profound implications for the future of global trade, economic alliances, and power dynamics. This evolving role goes beyond economics. It's a matter of geopolitics. Mexico's growing partnership with China is weakening the United States' traditional influence in the region and shifting the balance of power across North America. As these ties deepen, Mexico is transforming from a regional player into a global economic powerhouse. One of the most significant yet often overlooked aspects of the Mexico-China partnership is its impact on human capital. Beyond trade agreements and financial investments, China's involvement in workforce training, education, and technology transfer is reshaping Mexico's labor force. By equipping workers with the necessary skills for high-tech industries, these efforts are laying the groundwork for a more competitive and innovative economy. This focus on human capital is not just about creating jobs. It's about building a sustainable, future-ready economic structure for Mexico. This presents an exciting opportunity to move up the global value chain and position itself as a leader in cutting-edge sectors like advanced manufacturing, artificial intelligence, and clean energy. Through this collaboration, Mexico has the potential to evolve from a low-cost production hub into a global leader in high-value industries, driving long-term growth and competitiveness. The partnership is also helping to bridge critical gaps in education and training, addressing a major barrier to economic development. Initiatives in vocational training, STEM education, and technology incubation are empowering Mexico's workforce to meet the demands of the global economy. Investing in human capital doesn't just drive economic progress. It boosts social mobility and strengthens the middle class, creating a more skilled and resilient society. Ultimately, Mexico's collaboration with China in human capital development is fostering both economic resilience and innovation. By prioritizing skills development and technological advancement, this partnership is generating a virtuous cycle of growth and opportunity, creating lasting benefits for generations. At the heart of this transformation is a dynamic and powerful alliance between Mexico and China. This relationship is not just an economic partnership. It represents a bold, strategic redefinition of global power and influence. As the world experiences major geopolitical and economic shifts, this collaboration is becoming increasingly significant. For Mexico, its partnership with China promises unparalleled economic stability. China's advanced technology, access to cutting-edge innovation, and expertise in infrastructure development position Mexico to fast-track its modernization efforts and strengthen its place in the global marketplace. But beyond these immediate benefits, Mexico sees in China an opportunity to diversify its trade relationships and reduce reliance on traditional partners, particularly the United States. For China, Mexico represents a valuable gateway to North America. Strategically located within the North American Free Trade Zone, Mexico gives China access to one of the world's largest and most lucrative markets. As Mexico's influence within the Americas grows, it becomes a key ally in China's broader global strategy. By deepening ties with Mexico, China not only extends its reach within the Western Hemisphere, but also reshapes the global trade landscape to align with its long-term vision. For the United States, this rising partnership signals a pressing wake-up call. The days of unquestioned dominance in the hemisphere are slipping away. As the Mexico-China alliance gains momentum, it's clear that the U.S. must reassess its approach to diplomacy, trade, and regional influence. This is more than an economic shift. It's a geopolitical one. If the U.S. fails to adapt, it risks losing its leadership in the Western Hemisphere. The stakes are high. This growing collaboration challenges the U.S. to forge stronger ties with its neighbors, engage with emerging global powers on equal terms, and rethink its role in the world. Failing to do so could leave the U.S. trailing behind in its own backyard. The balance of power is dynamic, not static. As the global economic order continues to evolve, nations must adapt, innovate, and collaborate to stay relevant in a rapidly... The strengthening of ties between Mexico and China is reshaping the future of North America and the global economy. This is a pivotal moment that calls for bold leadership, innovative strategies, and a readiness to embrace change. What do you think about this shifting alliance? Will the U.S. rise to the challenge, or is this the start of a new world order? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on this evolving story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.